Apparently, our planet is full of water. Actually, 70% of our planet is covered by water. But consumable fresh water volume is limited to 0.007%. However, still over 1 billion people throughout the world suffering from great shortage of fresh drinking water. It is impossible to rectify the unequal dissemination of water to come off this problem. Only thing we can do is to protect existing water resources. Further, mankind is facing to the challenge of rapid depletion of fresh water resources due to various reasons, due to both man-made reasons and even natural reasons. Water contamination and overuse of water, both in ground and surface water resources, are the main challenges which are possible to address by implementing laws. You all may know that so many issues were raised from fairly recent time regarding water pollution in Sri Lanka. Though it has been discussed in various forums, still it has not sorted out in the national level. You can see on the screen most critical areas affected water-related problems in Sri Lanka in water over-extraction and water contamination. This burning issue has been addressed by so many parties all around the world and have provided solutions through various disciplines. This challenge compelled me to investigate on the problem to find out sustainable solution in light of the right-based approach. United Nations World Water Development Report has given top priority to implement sustainable strategies to preserve water resources for further future generations. It has further strengthened in 2002 by United Nations Commission on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights by defining right to water, I quote, right of everyone to sufficient, safe, acceptable, physically accessible and affordable water for personal and domestic uses, unquote. In 2008, the UN Council of Human Rights decided to establish an independent expert on the issue of human rights obligations related to access to safe drinking water and sanitation. In 2010, the General Assembly acknowledged the right to water, and the Human Rights Council adopted a binding resolution affirming that the human right to safe drinking water and sanitation are part of the right to an adequate standard of living. Emerging trend to expand the right to life, which has been recognized by the Article 3 of the UDHR, accommodated the right to water by establishing state obligations through several other instruments. For an example, you can find enough provisions implemented to preserve right to water in various treaties and their protocols, regional instruments, and international declarations, norms, and other standards. Accordingly, right to water has been established as a leading and demanding element in the international forums, and all the states are compelled to provide continuous water supply and to facilitate various other integrated water resource management systems in order to enhance the infrastructure facilities for advanced living. Accordingly, it is clear that right to water is being established as a human right rapidly throughout the world. But the grief between this problem is no one urged to preserve the water resources rather than demanding rights. The problem, this problem is basically surrounded by three major parties. They are right holders of right to water or the general public, and duty bearers or the state parties as duty bearers, and perpetrators or the water contaminators and water over-extractors. They are the perpetrators in this problem. The problem which I tried to answer by this study: why do certain right holders or beneficiaries of the right to water contaminate or become dormant before water contamination, allowing perpetrators to do so despite it is their duty to preserve water resources to establish right to water? Always I observed the essential requirement of attend to their duty prior to claim the right. Otherwise, we will be unable to achieve the sustainability of water only by protecting rights. Primary objective of this research is to educate the community in relation to future challenges of fresh water and necessity to preserve fresh water resources, and to communicate the alarming threat of water scarcity among the general public. Further, this research expects to emphasize the validity of reciprocal approach to uphold the right to water and requirement to establish mutual understanding between right holders and duty bearers. Main significance of this study is to identify appropriate mechanisms in line with Sri Lankan economic and cultural background to minimize water contamination and overuse, and to investigate correlative practices and advanced management procedures affiliate the irrigation process in Sri Lanka in order to subscribe those practices to secure water resources in future. Basically, I used qualitative research methodology with several empirical techniques, including semi-structured interviews, informal conversations, and discussions. Findings: the legal background of ancient Sri Lanka clearly explains that when the state obliged to preserve particular right for the sake of people, at the same time people also buy to perform certain duty to enjoy the same right. And actually certain rights which are having inherent nature of performance demands mutual contribution from the right holders to uphold the right. Mostly these rights are accompanied by natural resources. For an instance, right to water. Accordingly, it is clear that right to water is not only a one-way right, which should ensure by the government, but also incorporated with mutual responsibility of people, which would promote reciprocal integrity. So this demanding nature of right to water should be given a new approach with reciprocal understanding. Accordingly, to this reciprocal understanding, most appropriate mechanism to preserve your right to water in future is to perform your duties concerned. Thank you.